Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Learning with Sauce. As always, I hope you're doing what you got to do to get to where you got to be. Today's conversation will be a meaningful conversation because I feel like, with all the craziness that's going on in the world, we give society too much credit in persuading us into being somebody that we don't want to be. We let society, dictate the moves that we make. We let society dictate how much energy we put into our dreams and etc. And I feel like it should be pointed out, man, that at the end of the day, you choose who you want to be. Like there's countries out here that's really going through, you know, they're going through some hard times right now, and they don't have the luxuries of doing what we do every day. They don't have the luxuries of going in the refrigerator to find something to eat. They don't have the luxuries of walking to their job. They probably don't even have a job to go to because there's so much craziness going on right now. But the fact that we are blessed every single day to wake up with a roof over our head, with food in our refrigerators, with hot waters, that's more than enough that we need to make what we want happen out of our life. And I understand, I always say I understand that, everybody's going through something right now, and that's 100% understandable. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't go through what you're going through. But what I'm telling you is at the end of the day, you choose who you want to be. You can either be that person that plays victim to the circumstances and you just throw in the towel and you just give up, and then you just convince yourself that your life is over and you're too old, you're too this, you're too that, you're too early, you're too late, yada yada yada. Or you can be the person that you know you want to be, and you can be that dependable person, the person that's consistent, the person that's, you know, not a stranger to persevering through hard times, a person that's resilient, somebody that's optimistic, somebody that's embodying all these traits that lead you to the life that you want to live. And I know you want that for yourself, but I just want to remind you today that it is your choice. You choose who you want to be. One of the most popular subgenres of sci-fi movies revolve around the idea of the multiverse or parallel universes. From movies such as the recent MCU movies, Interstellar, Inception, The Matrix, and etc., at some point we've been introduced to the idea of a world that is like ours but varies in differences. Although it may seem like a good idea for a box office hit, there are some truths to these movies. If you really think about it, every day we are faced with an overwhelming number of options, and each option has its own outcomes. So, according to this logic, we ultimately decide which universe that we want to live in. I just want you to take a second and think about that for a minute. Let's say today you working at Pizza Hut, or you working at your bank job, or you working at your daughter's office, and you say, you know what, I'm not really feeling this job no more. I want to go be a veterinarian. You sign up for veterinarian school tonight. You get accepted 2 weeks from now, and then in a month you start in veterinary school. You was just doing your job, but then you just switched lanes and you're doing a whole nother, you in a whole different lane with it. And that's the power that we have. Like, we take it for granted, with the like I said, the climate of the world, and everybody telling you what you should and what you should not be, what you can and can't do. I just want to be that voice of reason to tell you that it's possible. Whatever it is you want to do, there is no law saying you have to work your job for the rest of your life. There is no rule that says you have to be in that relationship for the rest of your life. There is no rule that says you have to be doing whatever it is you don't want to be doing for the rest of your life. At any moment of time, you can make the decision to just do what you want to do. And I'm telling you, if you just do what you want to do, this is going to lead you to the fulfillment that you're looking for. Now, you know, it's going to come with change. And change is always sometimes, I'm gonna say always, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes we get our hands get forced and we have to do things that we really not looking forward to do. But similar to the caterpillar, there are different stages in our journey, And each level not only helps us grow, but it leads us closer to the person that we were designed to be. It's important that we keep in mind that we are ultimately in control of our lives. Every decision we make must put us closer to where we want to be. As humans, every day should be an opportunity to learn and to learn something different. Every day we should be exposing ourselves to new environments to prove to ourselves that there are no limitations, only the ones that we put on ourselves. When we finally decide that where we want to be or who we want to become, we will begin to experience a shift in the experiences that we have. That's why I wrote that book, The Power of Belief, is because you have to believe that the change that you want to happen, it can happen. You have to believe that the route that you want to go is gonna work out for you. You have to believe that the work that you need to put in is gonna get you to where you want to be. A lot of times it's hard to embrace change because, you know, we getting pushed out of our comfort zone, or we doing things that we haven't done in a long time, or we shaking off, from being an introvert, we got to be more extrovert. Like, I know for me, I don't really like talking on camera. Like, it's weird to me, but I make these videos, man, just to prove a point that sometimes you got to make a pivot in your approach in order to get to where you want to be. Change is scary. It's uncomfortable. Like, that's why a lot of people don't change, because it's gonna call for them to stop talking to certain people. It's gonna call for them to move from certain places. It's gonna call for them to leave an old chapter of their life behind. And a lot of times they don't want to do that. A lot of times they just so used to life being how it is, they don't want to do nothing different. And that's cool. I'm not telling you not to do that. Like, if you're cool with how it is and you don't want more, then you might well cut this video off right now. But if you're one of those people that know you deserve more, you know that you can have more, you know that you can achieve anything you put your mind to, embrace that change, man, and let it happen. So, a lot of people, I see it on social media all the time. A lot of people, they don't know how to choose themselves. And I have 3 reasons here on how you could choose yourself. And the first step is reflecting on life up to this point. It's one thing that I wish we all could do more of, and I understand at some point we get to it at our own time. But we have to be grateful for the life that we have and all of the challenges and opportunities that have got us to this point right now. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we go through a lot of stuff that we don't need to go through. Like I did last night in my review of the Thunderbolts. Like, sometimes we just go through dark times in our life. And the only way we can heal is to feel those feelings that we don't want to feel, because as much as we want to avoid certain things, some things are just unavoidable. Some things you just gonna have to face before you can overcome it. And the faster we can do that, the faster we can move on and get to where we're going. And in order to choose you, you have to choose all parts of you. You can't just choose the good parts. You got to choose the bad parts too. So all the opportunities and the challenges and the adversities that we face, they've all contributed to the person that we are right now. So we should take the knowledge that we've learned through all those trials and tribulations, and we should apply them to this next level of our life. Because I say all the time, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is a tool. Application is where the true power is. The second step is acknowledging that where you are isn't where you want to be, and taking accountability for being where you are. Most importantly, decide where you want to be and take action. That first line is where it's at. Like, you got to acknowledge that where you are isn't where you want to be, but you got to be grateful for where you are. You got to take accountability for being in the situation that you're in. I know that's kind of hard, because a lot of times stuff happens and it's not really our fault, but it's okay. Like, we are where we are for a reason. Everything we have and everything that we are is more than enough to get us to that next level. And as long as we can choose ourselves in this process, It's going to take us exactly where we need to be. And lastly, once you decided who you want to be, you got to say no to everything that isn't that. You got to become obsessed with what you're trying to do and bring a consistent level of intensity every single day. Even if you don't want to start your own business, even if it's just simply you recovering from hurt, you recovering from heartbreak, you want to learn how to start a business, you want to learn how to heal, you want to learn how to exercise, you want to learn how to do whatever it is you want to do. Once you decide that that's what it is, you got to say no to everything that isn't that. Choosing you is prioritizing you over everything else. A lot of times people going to have an expectation for your life, but their expectation for your life doesn't matter. Your expectation is the one that matters. A lot of people can have opinions about what you do, what you say, where you go, and etc. But at the end of the day, the only person that's paying the repercussions for those decisions is you. So if you want to live a certain life, then you got to be ready to handle whatever come with it. You got to be able to reflect on your life and say, listen, man, it's me at the bottom of this mountain. I put myself at the bottom of this mountain for a reason, and my goal is at the top. And whatever it is that I got to go through, I'm willing to go through it to get to it. So what happens next? Once you decide who you want to be, you got to be relentless in your journey. Just like the snail in the background. Slow steps is better than no steps. The process will take time, so you have to be patient. I say this all the time. The process will take time. You can't fast forward it because you're gonna miss the lessons that you need. You can't skip over it because you're gonna miss what you need. Just like the movie Click. Adam Sandler fast forwarded through his whole life and he became super successful, but he also skipped the relationship with his kids. He also skipped the health issues. He also skipped, all the adversities that he was trying to avoid just by trying to hurry and get rich. So it's always important, man. Slow steps better than no steps. Like even if you're just making one step a day, that one step a day is taking you way farther than taking no steps at all. And in order to take steps in general, you got to be able to set clear goals and you got to acknowledge them along the way. You got to celebrate yourself, man. You got to celebrate yourself. It may not seem big to you, but I'm telling you, when you can acknowledge all the things that you've overcome, you will see that you are 100% on your bad days. On every day that you thought you wasn't going to make it, you made it. You thought you wasn't going to make it through that situation 5 years ago. You thought you wasn't going to make it through that situation yesterday. But here we are spending time together right now. So you're obviously good at winning. You just got to find a way to make that winning a part of your process towards your goals. And most importantly, you got to learn how to love and celebrate yourself along the way. A lot of times we get caught in the validation of other people. A lot of times we get caught up in the claps, we get caught up in the likes, we get caught up in who's not liking my post and who's not sharing my post and who's not watching it and etc. I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for 5 years, man, and half my posts don't get any acknowledgement, bro. But I do this for a reason, man. I don't do this for the likes. I don't do this. I don't do this for the validation because I know how to validate myself. I know that when the people find the message, it's gonna find them exactly when it needs to find them, and they're gonna learn exactly what they need to learn in order to get past whatever they're going through. Like you gotta learn how to love and celebrate yourself, man. That's the only way you're gonna find true fulfillment. Like, don't get me wrong, it's awesome to have the support of other people, excuse me. It's nice to have people rooting for you. It's nice to have people cheering for you and etc. But at the end of the day, bro, when you was born, you came in alone, and when you die, you're gonna go out alone. You gotta learn how to love and celebrate yourself along the way, because once you learn how to love and celebrate yourself, and you get in alignment with your goals, Another point that I brought up in my review last night is that the universe, God is going to send all these people, all these situations, these resources to help you grow into this next version of yourself. And it's time to reclaim your power, man. Like, it's 3 more months left in 2025, bro, going into 2026. It's time to reclaim your power. When a plant isn't growing, you don't throw away the plant. You just change its environments. Environments aren't always physical places. They are also mental places too. By changing your physical and your mental environment, you are exposing yourself to the possibilities of what could be if you stay the course. Success isn't limited to age, tax bracket, and etc. It's limited to those who believe they can. You know, I was watching my boy Burton video last night, and he brought up a very valid point. And he was saying a lot of the times in his business journeys, the reason why he's been successful is because he was the last man standing. And a lot of times we remove ourselves from these races, quote unquote, by putting self-limiting beliefs on ourselves. I can't do this. I don't know how. It's too late for me to learn. I should have did this a long time ago. X, Y, and Z. But the truth is, it's never too late. Like I said earlier, every day is a learning experience. If you reclaim your power right now and you get 100% serious on your goals, you will get way farther than doing nothing at all. And it's time to be the last man standing. It's time to be consistent. I know you're tired, bro. I know you're hurting. I know, man. But I believe in you this much to tell you, bro, that it's time to reclaim your power. When 2026 come around, it's gonna prove if you've been working or you just been dragging your feet. A lot of people want to put in the work. They just scared. They don't know. They don't know that the timetable is gonna work out. But when you really locked in and you really want to spend without checking your account, you got to work without looking at the clock. You got to work without looking at the clock. It's time to lock in, fam. Change those environments, bro. Not just physical places, but your mental places too. The conversation that you have with yourself that nobody hears, only you hear, that's what dictates your human experience. Yes, when you vocalize things, that definitely amplifies the speed of it happening. But when you think it, that also plays a huge part in your growth as an individual. And in your journey to choosing who you want to be, you got to put yourself in mental places that's going to help you grow. You got to take out the self-limiting beliefs. You got to take out the self-sabotage. You got to take out the thoughts of you being alone or lonely. You got to take out all these negative thoughts, and you got to plant some positive shit in there too. Because I've said before, you can't plant seeds of negativity and expect a fruitful harvest. That's not how this works. If you want a fruitful harvest, you gotta plant seeds of faith. You gotta plant seeds of gratitude. You gotta plant seeds of abundance, and you gotta nurture them through the thoughts that you have by the use of affirmations. I am successful. I am knowledgeable. I am ready to put the work in that needs to go through my goals. Any affirmation that fits after I am, that's what you need to tell yourself in order to reclaim your power. Most people surrender their ability to choose the life that they want. And they choose to surrender their ability to the current circumstances. Excuse me. While it's 100% understandable why one would do so, we've also seen examples of people who've climbed the mountain of adversity to reach their true potential. I'm willing to bet that if you made it this far in the presentation, you're looking for ways to break free from self-limiting beliefs. There's nothing wrong with wanting more for yourself and setting yourself free from those who are complacent. This is how you exercise your power of choice. You have to choose, man. It's your decision to make. It's not the politicians. It's not these folks on social media. It's not me. It's not your preacher. It's not your mom. It's not your dad. It's not your cousin. Not your kids. It's you. You choose who you want to be. If you want to be successful, you're gonna choose to be successful. If you want to choose to bullshit it, you're gonna choose to bullshit it. It all relies in your power of choice. What you choose is what's gonna happen in your life. You have more power than you realize. And I want you to, like I said in the last slide, I want you to reclaim your power, because once you reclaim your power and you start exercising your power of choice, you can put yourself in alignment with exactly what you want out of life. And not only will you get the tangibles, you will also reap the benefits of intangible as well. You will also be that beacon of encouragement for the people around you that's trying to chase their goals, that's trying to be a better person, that's trying to outgrow their situation. You're going to be a beacon of encouragement for them. And they may not ever tell you, but they're going to follow your path, man. And the more people we can get to follow their path, the better we can make the world that we live in. Here are 3 reasons to take control of your life. When you take charge of your life, you are empowering yourself. By doing this, you are affirming that you are the captain of your fate. By being proactive in your decision making, you will have the clarity to choose the things that are in alignment with your desired destination. Ultimately, when you take control of your life, you will experience a life worth living. Choosing who you want to be leads to maximum fulfillment. You need to take control of your life, man. The more you let negativity control the wheel, the more crashes you're going to get in. The more you let self-sabotage, self-limiting beliefs get in the way, you're going to rob yourself of the future that you want. And I'm telling you, man, with 3 months left in the year, you need to take control of your life. Just like this ground right here. Think about it. This ground needs water. This ground is thirsty. But when it rains, all of that water that it needed is going to be able to lock it in. It's going to be able to appreciate it. The storms that you're going through in your life, man, you need them, because you may be thirsty. You may need, some extra TLC. You may need, you need what you need, bro. And when you take control of your life and you take control of your opportunities, and it may be storming around you, but gather this water, man, and hydrate yourself, man. Literally, not even just a metaphorical sense, man, but hydrate yourself, man. Take control of your life, because it's possible, man. I see it every day, man. I see what happens when you chase a dream, bro. I see what happens when you lock in. Like, if you want to change what's happening on the outside, you got to change what's happening on the inside first. And I can tell you firsthand from the conversations that I have at least once or twice a week, maybe 3 times, of, trying to promote my book, the people that I'm talking to, like the conversations that I'm having, like, it's crazy to even be in conversation with these people. But because I took control of my life, man, I'm on the path to greatness. And I'm only telling you this because I know you want it to happen for yourself. And I want you to take control of your life. But at the end of the day, man, when it's all said and done, you will either have lived a life of purpose and impact, or you will die full of regrets and missed opportunities. Your life experiences are reflected in the choices that you make. And if you don't like what you're experiencing, you need to make better choices. Whether you reach your goals or you don't reach your goals are 100% up to you. But adversity helps you grow, and it teaches you the valuable life lessons required to reach your goals. And we also, as we said at the beginning, we live in a multiverse. And at any time, we can choose a different route. And whatever you choose, learn to validate, love, and appreciate yourself. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all spending some time with your boy. I appreciate y'all making it to the end of this video. I know it's a little long. The one that I wanted to do, I wasn't able to do. So I just wanted to, speak to y'all in a way, bro, to just remind you, bro, that you choose who you want to be. When you face with hard times during the day, you can either let that bad event win the moment, or you can just say, you know what, man, it is what it is. It's a part of my journey. Like, you choose. You can choose to crash out, or you can choose to internalize. You can choose to wild out, or you can choose to just chill, bro. Like, you don't always have to be in the mix. You don't always have to be doing everything that everybody else doing. You know what needs to be done. There's only one way for you to do certain things, bro, and that's through action. If you want to take a different route, then you got to research. You got to learn. You got to take control of your thought process. You got to be intentional. Like, you got to exercise your power of choice. Because at the end of the day, you choose who you want to be. You choose who you want to be. So with that being said, I appreciate you. Again, thank you for spending some time with your boy. If you enjoyed the message today, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. And I want you to get in the comments, man. Let me know, bro. Who do you choose to be in 2026 and why? So with that being said, man, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Grab them essentials. You know what I mean. Twist something up for your boy. I'm going to holler at you. Peace.